Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, Moon Day, named after the moon, esoterically also ruled by the moon, the 3rd of November. The sun is in Scorpio at 11 degrees. The moon itself is in Aries, 12 degrees. The major aspects occurring right now astrologically: Venus is opposite Chiron, Pluto's opposite Jupiter. Pluto and Jupiter are squaring Venus, as well as both squaring Chiron. Uranus and Gemini is opposite Mercury Mars conjunction, as well as Black Moon and Lilith conjunct Mars. The moon is squaring Jupiter. I said that already. There's a grand water trine between Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, and the North Node, as well as Saturn, Neptune. So that's kind of what's going on in the astrological. And the cards for the day, we've got the Six of Cups with a clarifier of the Magician. And the Galactic Heritage wild card for Moon Day, the alien card, is Lemurian Era. Lemuria. So let's get into it. If you're a water sign, you're a cup, and that means you're the waters of emotion. Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces, the intuitions, the feels. And the Six of Cups is your suit. The cups is your suit. The Six of Cups, indulging in imagination, keeping a childlike sense of wonder. Moon and Aries, Sun Scorpio is very much this energy. Reconnecting with simpler forms of expression. On page 152, the Six of Cups, I am in wonder of life. To be able to wipe all the responsibilities and problems of life away. To return to a time of innocence, a time when the days stretched on forever and the complex burdens of adulthood were inconceivable. Moon and Aries carries a strong allure. Life does not work this way, and even if we reach back into childhood and step into our young shoes once more, we will be ignorant and innocent. Better to go forward wise and innocent. Innocent fused with ignorance is so delicate. A small child sees the sun glistening on the water. In their mind, they think this is how the sun speaks to the water. It is beautiful, but this type of innocence will be lost, touched by time and the world. It cannot last. We must go forward. Uranus and Gemini, we're going to punctuate into a new mental way of apprehending things. Wisdom and awareness can dispel ignorance and kindle a fresh, mature form of innocence. We discover something lovely. Innocence flavored with wisdom. Neptune conjunct Saturn and Pisces. North Node of Pisces, we can bring wisdom to our innocence in a new and fresh way. The Six of Cups depicts a woman swathed in graffiti wearing a tribal pattern catsuit. She reaches out to catch a golden star floating elegantly in the air. A tiny girl stands patiently on the floor to also catch a star, mirroring the image in the painting above her. As above, so below. As within, so without, as they say. The shadow of a young boy, joyfully leaping to seize a star, is cast across the wall. There is a gilded, luxurious framed picture of another woman hung on the purple wall of the gallery. Surprisingly, she is dressed in black rags, obviously impoverished by life. Chiron in Aries, opposite Venus in Libra. This scene represents those of us that are tarnished by life, reaching out to touch the golden, pristine beauty of the stars. It speaks of those who have traveled so far away from innocence, and yet despite the harshness of life, they see the beauty of innocence is still possible and alive. Think Roberto Benigni's Oscar-winning film, Life is Beautiful. Just because your circumstances are crazy doesn't mean you have to lose kindness in play. The woman in black has already touched a star, and it has turned into a dark star. Its innocence, so fragile, is lost. And there's a beautiful song, if you've never heard it, by Beck called Dark Star. Check it out. There are more, though. Another chance will come. She reaches for another. The shadow of the young boy expresses the utter fragility of innocence, so joyful and fleeting. The tiny girl reminds us we cannot stay as we were. We must grow. Moon in Aries says we're comfortable with that kind of growth. But Pluto in Aquarius is like, changes are happening socially, personally, mentally, all that. There is sadness in this artwork, a yearning to once again be untarnished. Venus in Libra, Jupiter in Cancer vibes. Yet there is much hope. North Node in Pisces. The cups are ready to receive. Grand water trine. The art gallery. Art itself can rekindle a sense of joy. Through art, we can express the world-weary mind in soft, vibrant colors. We can create art that takes others to a place of innocence, leading them into it. The cutting edge becomes a soft line of color. The Six of Cups moves you to reconnect with simple forms of expression, to infuse what you create with wisdom from your life. I have seen even truly withered spirits brought back to life through the simple joy of art, of creating. Ultimately, your life is your canvas, your experiences and your actions are the colors and the shapes. Your wisdom is the paintbrush and the dexterity of your hand. take a little time and carve some space in your day to simply create, right? On the moon day, it's about emotional expression. Moon in Aries, Sun in Scorpio. Draw, paint, or shape your fears. Get them into the light so you can see them. Once fully exposed to the light of your consciousness, they can be transformed into an art form. Visualize your dreams, get them out into the world as graphic totems. Show yourself what your heart yearns to express. Jupiter in Cancer, right? Venus in Libra. Life will come at you. It is relentless. Byron Katie calls this relentlessness love. Life will keep coming until you see things clearly as the open space of awareness, true innocence, North Node in Pisces. So, indulging in the imagination, keeping a childlike sense of wonder, reconnecting with simple forms of expression. And I think the magic really lies within the power we have to create, right? To be creator beings. The Magician card. I've written music to all the major arcana. This is the only reggae song I did out of all those things. It's groovy. It's got really poignant lyrics. Check it out if you haven't heard it, and it might actually, I mean, I'm not a big reggae fan, but it might turn you on to a new style. The Starman in this deck, but the Magician card is the Alchemist, right? Manifesting your reality. I will blow your mind, Uranus and Gemini. Manifesting your reality, ideas are communicated and brought into the physical world with ease. You have everything you need to create the world you desire. I think the idea here is that we can really express and cathartic psychoanalytically through our expressions and get the basically declutter, right? Kind of let the tide sweep out the detritus, and we can create and kind of express things and then see our power as creator beings. And that's really the magic there. So the Lemurian area, though, is coming from the Galactic Heritage card deck. This is number 47. 47, Earth Timeline from the Past, Lemurian Era, on page 86. This era, spanning approximately 13,000 to 26,000 years ago, represents the feminine principle in a planetary cycle. Civilization was awakened to its spiritual self and its place in the universe. It was a time of peace, compassion, and enlightenment. Uranus in Gemini, Jupiter in Cancer, Venus in Libra. Beings from other star systems openly walked the planet and assisted the development of humans. This feminine cycle of civilization is now returning, so we are seeing old ways crumbling. Pluto in Aquarius, the patriarchy, right? Systems, you can see it changing, right? You pulled this card because you have a strong connection to the Lemurian era that is affecting your life now. Let yourself explore this idea in more depth. So I think the idea is, in the beginning was the spirit hovering over the waters, this feminine receptive void space, and then boom, let there be light. The light of the magician, the phallic ejaculation kind of stuff. It's time to get into the openness and the flow of the creativity to allow things that need to move to be expressed and understood from a new, higher, magical place. And I think, art therapy, music therapy, this kind of stuff, talk therapy, therapy in general, is how we take care of ourselves, right? Jupiter in Cancer, Venus in Libra. It's how we can really revolutionize the way we're apprehending life and the dream that we're playing in, Uranus and Gemini. And it's how we can deeply transform ourselves, Sun in Scorpio, in a playful and kind of expressive, action-oriented way, Moon in Aries. So get out there and do something, whether it's writing a haiku or humming whatever comes to your mind, or just being still and seeing what comes up mentally and then drawing it, or whatever. Be creative. That's your power. It's your magical power, and you have the right to sit in that space and see what comes up and then make it so. So check out the song I wrote for the Magician card. I bet you'll like it. If you've enjoyed this reading, obviously tag people or share it, whatever's clever. Leave a tip. There's a tip jar on the bottom with the links, so you can do that if you want. And if you want a reading, it's $50 for an hour of cards. It's $150 for 3 hours of astrology. If it's your birthday, it's half off on either or both of those. So there's a discount there, and there's also a discount if you refer somebody to me. You get half off on cards yourself. Enjoy the Magician card with these tools is the title, and yeah, enjoy your moon day. I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.